Hi everyone, welcome to this video. This is Richie the Blind Hedgehog and I'm here with, well, my life-size Chucky doll. He has been a very loved guy. I had him probably a few packages ago. Well, I'm going to say it like this. He came, well, in a large box and I just, loved him ever since I took him out. So, well, please no rude comments about him. I've been taking a picture of him and I put it on the Chucky fan page on Facebook, and he was told that, or I was told that he looked fucked up the ass, and I'm not inventing this, really. I thought it was really offending, especially because, just mind that not everyone can afford a life-size good guy doll, so please no spoiled reactions about him. He is really nice, really. He does the job really well. He has gorgeous ginger hair, and he has been loved ever since. I believe he is made by Fishel Toys Limited, and he is about 24 inches tall. And I was actually so lucky this month I could purchase another life-size Chucky doll, which is in this box. It got missorted, so the delivery was delayed. And I'm glad after all I got the package today. I was really excited getting it. I had an awesome day today, really. And actually, well, getting my little package here was really good news. So, well, I just opened him up and let's have a look. There you go, here's the mummy. It's like a huge spider caught him and has been just packaging him in her web. That's reminds me of the Lord of the Rings scenes with a large spider. I don't really know if I will be able to unbox him like this or to open him. I think I'll use my scissors for this. Well, this was his box, pretty disassembled box. But yeah, since it ended up in the wrong country, maybe that box had a serious time traveling. There you go. He seemed to be well wrapped in his web, in his plastic coating. So I think I'll just use my scissors for this. Hold on. There you go. I've been opening his plastic wrapper. Now, like I might have said earlier, finding a life-size Chucky for me is not particularly easy, because they easily cost above the €100, and like this they get too expensive easily, especially if you have to pay the shipping and the taxes when they come in, and if you have to pay the package at your front door, it's just, yeah, incredibly expensive. So, and I've been trying. I would like to find a life-size good guy doll, you know, but I've been just having a quick look at the trick and treat dolls that were sold, and I think most of them are about 80, 50 euros. So yeah, well, and lots of them come out of the US, so I only can collect Chucky dolls if they're close to me and if they're not too expensive. So I certainly have my ways to find them. And there you go. There are his feet already. It's like he's getting born. To just his hands out. Now there is someone on YouTube who has this one, and I think he paid like $49.99 for him. I paid about at least 170 euros to get this guy with the shipping. So there are differences in prices. This guy is also from Fishel Toys Limited. As far as I know, they're the same brand. There you go. Going to keep this for when we move. Bunch of bubble plastic. There he is. So, just put him. Oh man, this guy's heavy. It's more like a Halloween prop. He has his knife in his back. Maybe I should just remove it from him. It's attached. See, it's attached. Oh, sorry, I'm getting tired. Opening that package took a lot out of me. Those little hands, look at this. So he has this tag here. He's in pretty new condition. Not exactly new, but it's still tagged. Oh, I see here. I don't really like this. Gonna cut that over. That's the knife that's attached on his arm. Hold on a second. There you go. I'll give you a general overview of him. He's about the same size as my other one there. Just gonna grab him by the back of his clothing. There you go, to turn him around. Yeah, well, I absolutely don't like when pieces squeeze parts of the doll or the plush, like his arm here. So I cut that over right away. Maybe the doll should have that in new condition, but I really don't like it. So actually I cut it over without thinking about it, but still I think it's a good thing. I would just not let the knife on him like that. I don't think that's a good idea. So I'll just give you, well, maybe we can just do a quick little review on him, and then maybe I can compare with that doll, which apparently is the same brand as this little guy here. So first of all, his face is really hard. Well, I don't really know what material that is. It is a really hard face. I don't really know if this material is exactly the same, because they might not be. They might not have been manufactured in the same year. This guy apparently is from 1996, so he's pretty vintage, but I have no idea if this guy's from the same year. Maybe we'll find out. So his hair is rather curly. You might have noticed I already gave him a little brush. I groomed his hair because I thought that his curly haircut gave him an even more female look. This guy looks a bit female. His hair is very curly. It's like my mom's haircut. So yeah, well, he looks even more female than he usually does. His head is really well attached. There's no way you can move it. I don't really know if I have a head articulation on this plush. I don't think so. No, apparently his head doesn't move. In general, this doll is pretty life-size, but it's really bunky and hard. So just listen. Just how hard it is. So it is solid. It's not made out of plastic in there. So you have just on the damagings on his overall, you can just see it's still soft here. It's no plastic. It's no plastic doll. It's just a really hard soft fabric doll, but it's really sturdy and really heavy. So I don't really know if this is very suitable or very recommendable as a toy. It's more like a prop, a Halloween prop or something, a good quality Halloween prop then. We have a look at the face. Well, I don't think this Chucky's very, very resembling, but it's still pretty okay, I guess. What I don't really like is this little blue edge on his eye. I don't really know, maybe it's very fitting, I have no idea. I never saw this in the movie, so I'm not quite sure I like it. Also, his skin color could have had another shade of more like pinky. I think for that the Mezco figures do better, and my Mezco figures are right there. So you might have seen my Bride of Chucky doll there. Well, that's already a nice improvement. I have been trying to improve his haircut here. So yeah, his hair is still pretty curly, and it still ends up a bit short, if you ask me. But it's really soft and nice and ginger colored. His hands are really hard and heavy, and they are filled up apparently. You cannot turn them around. Oh, yes, you can apparently. If you do it carefully, you can just turn his hands this way. And here's the other one. He has like his little scar here on his hand. So apparently the little repairs that Tiffany made are pretty well put on this doll. So they're all over his head. Not quite sure I like his facial expression. He's really sweet, but I don't think he's very resembling. Still very nice looking though. I'll just put here his overall back on his shoulder. So here it says good guys, doesn't say Chucky anymore. I have plenty of Chuckies that just say Chucky here on there. And that's really sweet. I think it's really sweet. But actually compared with this doll, this one is a bit more detailed. It's just one major difference between those two is the face. Here the face is more like Child's Play. Here it's more like Bride of Chucky. See what I mean? But I think this guy is even more resembling. But that is very personal. That depends on what you feel about it. Here you also have like the sleeves that you can just put up. You have his little wrists. You have, and here comes the soft part. His wrists and his head are really well attached. And his legs and his limbs and his chest are just really hard fabric. If you want to turn the doll around, actually here you have like this little stretch for his pants, for his trousers. Made in China, it says. And that's all the tag says, apparently. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. It's weird. Also here you can actually put up his the pipes of his trousers. So yeah, and also here the shoes are very well detailed and pretty true to the character. Also here the back, he has hard footwear. He even has shoelaces. The few details that are missing on his shoes, or that the laces doesn't have a print that says "Good Guys," and also the bottom of the shoes. The good guy bottoms are missing. But still, it is very well detailed. I really like this. Pretty sturdy shoes, though. There you go. And he has this little collar here, his little red collar. And apparently here you can detach. You can detach his clothing. I don't really know if you can really put that out. Why they made it like this. But I think you cannot remove his overall because they're well attached here. I thought I felt that. No, it is not attached. So maybe you can really remove it. I won't try it. But you can, maybe you can remove his overalls. Just, I don't feel any attachments. So you can actually, just undress this doll. I thought it was attached here. I thought I felt it, but it's not. Apparently it's not. So his overall is just, he's just dressed. And what about his little ears? Look at his little ears. Yeah, sure. That's really cute, right? That's really cute. Also here the nice detailing of the repairs, the painting, and even his lip here, which looks really painful. His teeth are rather white, and his nose is still pretty short. On the new Chucky, the robot Chucky, I'm gonna call him, is his nose gets longer, and also his mouth, his lips. So it is a bit of a difference compared with this guy here. So just in case you want to know for this doll, which is also one that I really like, maybe I can just put them next to each other. If I can, if I have room. Yeah, here you have the knife of the guy. Can I just introduce it in his... I'm not quite sure I can, but... I think I'll use... He has really sturdy fingers, so maybe I should just be really careful with it. It's a bit of a flat knife. It is made out of plastic. So no, it can't harm anyone. It's like a plastic kitchen knife that you use for child's play cooking, for example. There you go. I don't really have the impression that he holds it really, yeah, well. Maybe it's just because of the way I put it into his hand, but there you go. Let's put this guy next to me. Yeah, you're sweet. I know I take you by... Wait. I'll pull you like this. There you go. Don't stab each other. Be nice. So there you go. When it comes on faces, my favorite is still this guy. As well as his haircut, really. And yeah, I think maybe there's a bit of detail missing in his face, but I think it's really resembling, yeah, quite resembling, and also really cute. Especially when you just pull him up, and you make his hair fall in front of his face a bit like this. I know it's maybe not exactly like this that we see the character, but still, it's quite okay. Also, his hair, the length of his hair, and the way it just around his head is really nice. Its head is just falling a bit forward like this. Yeah, don't stab each other. Behave yourself. I see there's also, yeah, this little difference between the colors. Here it is a bit darker, but I have the impression that they have like the same pattern of markings and drawings on their overalls. Here apparently there's more details into the shoes. You can notice that right away. You also have the nice detail of the back here, but that's pretty much it. Also, his clothing here is attached to the plush's body, so he cannot pull up his socks like here. You have like no shoelaces either. You have also here, the sleeves are attached. Don't stab me now. He's a bit of a stabber. Yeah, be nice. Be nice. I'll take that knife away, seriously. So, his sleeves are attached, and there's no way you can pull them up. I like the neck here. You have more of a neck and his collar. Here he barely has a neck. But apparently also the pattern of his shirt here are, yeah, pretty much the same. Here it says Chucky and here it says good guys. So especially, yeah, it's not exactly the right type, or the right letter type. But at least it's more like, yeah, more decent, more detailed. I can say more about him. This guy is much harder and much heavier than this guy. And as you can see, there's also a lack of detail into the hands. They're overly stuffed, they barely come out of his sleeves, and they don't have any fingers. So I think that's really a little working point on this plush. It's a really nice doll, really, but he's missing a bit of his hands here. I think that's just too bad. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. It's getting late. When I turn him around, well, apparently you have like the same dislocation here of the stripes. You have a bit of the same here. It looks a bit different, the crossing of his the straps comes a bit lower here. He doesn't have a little stretch here. And here you have more like a complete tag on him. Apparently these are just jeans, so I have no idea. I suppose they're really sturdy, but we all know that jeans can get worn out. There you go. Yeah, he's a sweetie, isn't it? He's a heartbreaker. For me, he definitely is. So, I think those two dolls are really nice collectibles. They complete each other. That's, well, my usual conclusion. I'm glad to have them both. They look different. And this guy is a bit more detailed, this guy is a bit less detailed, but if you really have to choose one to sleep with or to cuddle up with, for example, because you're looking for a Chucky doll for a child, I would go for this one. Because it's more like a cuddle toy, it's more like something to hold. This guy can be more suitable as a collectible or a prop. But it can also be a nice cuddle buddy, of course. Why not? It's just that this guy, I think he weighs about 2 or 3 kilograms. Pretty heavy. He's a good buddy. When it comes on detail, this guy is definitely the one you should have. When it comes on their faces, well, they both look quite different. So, just, here you have them both. Yeah, I know their heads touch the shelves. Also, this guy holds his arms like he was, on a cross or something. It's like his arms are just very straight. It's a bit annoying when you sleep with him, because he still keeps his very stiff, straight arms. This guy has his arms going more like down. But still, his arms are well stuffed and still pretty stiff. So... Oh, there comes another yawn. Sorry. Now I think that is about what there is to say about these two adorable Chucky boys. I'm really glad to have them both. This guy came out of the US, but he wasn't too expensive. I will be sure to collect even more of these guys, but it really depends on if I find some nice listings that are not too expensive. And well, I was really glad I could collect these two so far, because I don't really know when I will have another opportunity, so I'll make sure to grab my chance whenever I can, but I can't tell you today when will be my next opportunity, so never mind. So I just love these guys. They're really precious to me. I'm glad to have them, and well, at least I was able to find some nice Chucky dolls. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you have some more questions about these ones, just leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!